Hi guys, just wanted to do a quick update because I haven't done one for ages and a lot has happened since I last did an update. I've been talking to lots of people and lots of friends, and we're all sharing our takes on everything. And two things I want to talk about. I'm going to try and do this really quickly because I'm just literally grabbing 10 minutes while the kids are being quiet. But I want, and I know also that it's very difficult to get that time to listen, and when it's a long video and you see, oh my god, it's 25 minutes or it's 35 minutes, an hour or more, you just think, I just haven't got time to watch it. So I know what it's like. So I just wanted to try and do this one really quickly. So I apologise if I'm talking really quickly, but I just wanted to try and alleviate the fears around these two things. So yeah, what the first one is about Joe Biden being president, and the second, and the Democrats and the cabal, the dark, being in charge, and the second one is about the vaccine. Number one, Trump did not walk out and basically piss off to the golf course in his resort in Florida and scratch his head about the next move. That's not what happened. So Trump would not have handed over to China. No way. I really feel in heart that I do not believe that, and I will not pay energy to that narrative. That is not what he's done. We people who love Trump or hate Trump, you only have to read his executive orders and see the actions that he has done in the 4 years in office, that you will see that he works for the light and he works for the people, and he does not wish to cause harm. DC had a massive fence put around it, like a prison fence. Then we saw lots of members, Joe Biden and crew, and lots of members of the so-called cabal, quote unquote, walk into that place that was fenced off. I think that is symbolic, that it's being shown to us in plain sight that they walked into a prison escorted by, was it 26,000 military. The military were not turning their back on him because they didn't want to look at him or address him. They were looking outwards in order to stop escapes. But I actually think that 11/4 kept coming up on Q, and I actually think that they were all taken on 11th of November. That's my own feelings. I don't have intel, so to speak, where I speak to people in agencies for government or anything like that. The data is in my heart. It's in every eternal heart, and everybody has all the data, and everybody has access to the data at the level of expansion that they're at, and everybody is capable of remembering. So you can all access, if you have an intention that is pure of heart and you want to remember something, it can flow in through just a thought. It can flow in through somebody popping up and giving you that data. You create it all. I've said this so many times and I stand by this. I did a fast track with Heather and Tucci Giraffe, who did the OPPT filings. So anyone who knows me or is watching the videos knows that I stick to that, and I will stay with that. So I know that it's me creating everything in my world, and you are creating everything in your world. Yeah, I think that was very symbolic. Q kept bringing up Castle Rock. Castle Rock is an entertainment company, a subsidiary of Warner Brothers. My friend Helen Walker has done some epic decodes on that on her Facebook page. You can go and look. To basically she's very good at showing people in plain sight. I believe that it was all pre-recorded. Remember, on the 2nd of November, Trump wrote an executive order, EO 13958, which was about the Constitution, where he brought together the advisory committee. So he had brought America back into a republic. There is no doubt about that. I don't believe there's any ifs or buts. that's what he's done. It's been given back to the people already, and anyone who's done any research knows about the legal name, the Vatican, District of Columbia and the City of London. I can tell you that after Heather did the filings in 2012, and she did the final one in the 18th of March 2013, within 4 months, Pope Francis shut down the Vatican. He's still there and he's still playing out for the last 8 years. But he closed it down, and that was through the motu proprio letter, 11th of July 2013. You can go and find that on the Vatican's website. In 2019, Trump came to England, and the Queen basically bent her knee to him. And later that year, the 31st of December, Brexit happened. I believe that that was the shutting down of the Crown Corporation in London. So the finance sector, and the only thing left to shut down after that was Washington DC. So I believe that Washington was shut down on the 2nd of November 2020 officially, when he did that EO that was then published on the 5th of November. And I think it was the 12th of November, just shortly after that, he did another EO 13959, and that was about the securities. So I'm just going to give you a very, very quick brief update on how that affects. Basically, China owns SEC. SEC is the USA Securities and Exchanges Commission. China owns most of that. Everything that's ever registered, no matter what country you live in, it ends up on SEC, being traded as a security. So that's people, cars, houses, land, anything that you own that you register is on SEC. So security. It's owned by Chinese. They trade the securities. They make money. Chinese military. So he did that EO, and he basically shut that down. But what happens is, because your legal name is registered on SEC, you are classed in law as a United States person. So that means UCC is applicable to everyone in every country in the world. And I've used it loads of times in the United Kingdom, so I know that it's true. That's from experience. That's not from a second-hand experience. That's me standing in my being and doing that. So, so Joe Biden could not be inaugurated. I believe that the Q marker 11.4, that they was all taken after the election fraud was evident, after it was done on the 4th of November. The fence, them all going into the fence, although what we saw was pre-recorded because the weather was really cloudy and snowing and dull, and we were shown that it was a bright sunny day in Washington DC, and it was not. So you can verify that. I mean, I'm sure there's loads of people that we're in touch with who know people that were there. I mean, Katie Hopkins was there. You can see in her video she had a big coat on, and I think it was raining or spitting snowy, but it was dull. Anyway, so the point is that all those videos of inaugurations, they were all pre-recorded, and the media is still hanging on to the last innings. So it's the media that are portraying this and still trying to control your mind and push these narratives. So you can say no, turn your TV off and say no, this is not what's going to happen, or not what is happening. So I believe that they're all held. There was another video going around on Telegram that the White House went dark. Q talked about going dark to light, and then there was a load of fireworks afterwards. There was evidently prison buses in these videos that, you know, is footage that you can see. Whether any of that was done by Castle Rock, I don't know, but I don't think so.